Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a one brand breakdown, A to Z, every single thing you ever needed to know about Maybelline and more, because I have a couple of behind the scenes stories of different sponsory, brand, whatnot. I mean, nothing too scandalous, but I was just like struck with a ton of memories when I was going through the line as a whole. So I decided this year I wanted to do something to focus on brands' iconic items, their legendary makeup, not just the new, because as I recently have complained about in my most recent video, the anti-haul I just posted, there's like not a lot of new stuff that is interesting. So what I wanted to do is actually go and look at just how much I have tried from each particular brand. For instance, with Maybelline, I have tried 98% of the products that they make. Wow, that is a lot of makeup for one face. Now, have I tried every single shade of each product? No, but I have tried almost, like literally almost every single product. I have thoughts. I'm going to share with you what is in my current collection and what I love the most from Maybelline. We're also going to go through the whole thing category by category, and I will share what I don't like. By the way, if you like this kind of a thing and you want to see more of it, make sure that you are subscribed, ring the bell, and let me know what other brands you want to see in this format. I'm really curious what you guys would be into. Da-da-da-da. Primers from Maybelline. Let's start here. Don't buy them. There are better out there. I don't really like primers at the drugstore. I said what I said. I always tend to go with Tarte and then some kind of other hydrating primer if my skin needs it. Primers at the drugstore typically itch my skin, don't do enough for me. Wet n Wild, surprisingly, they make some good primers. That just came to the top of my head. Maybelline, L'Oreal, kind of. But this whole page right here is just like a big no, 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 no. This one, wow, wow. Can we just say I did a video on this way long ago, which also, if you want a good laugh, just type in Maybelline on my channel in the search bar. Or don't. There are a few lipstick Maybelline videos where I'm like, and it's so awkward. It's like literally the most awkward thing. I'm like, I need to delete this off my channel ASAP, delete. But then I'm like, just leave it, whatever, it's fine. This particular product, the Dream Pure BB, I remember that day. I was so confused by this. I'm like, is this like mattifying skin perfecting or is it greasy? Because it's kind of both. And there was a time when BB creams were like all the rage. However, the American market really missed the mark as a whole because BB creams are not tinted moisturizers. And that's kind of what we came out with here. And it was really weird because if you ordered like legit BB cream, like legit, it was much different than what ended up happening in the marketplace, in my opinion. And I remember being so disappointed by that. That was a whole video. I was kind of shocked when I was doing my research that they still make this product. Like, wow. Baby skin, no. The Fit Me Matte and Poreless, no. I do have to say, remember I tried this guy in my most recent, where's the one that I use? Shade Light. Which they don't have a ton of shades. That's my gripe with this, one of my gripes. I tried this in my Everything Betrayed Me drugstore try-on video. I will leave that linked below in the description box. This I tried and I didn't like it. However, I did tell you guys I was going to try it again. It says it's a 4-in-1. It claims to do all these wild things. I really like this as a touch-up tool or underneath foundation. I don't like it just as like highlight. I actually find it to be really nice under the eye directly. If your makeup has gotten crunchy bunchy throughout the day, it somehow kind of refreshes the makeup. If you take like a damp sponge and like reblend everything, it looks nice. And then underneath, not as a primer like a pore filling or moisturizing, but just kind of underneath in this region, it can make the skin look a little more juicy, a little more dewy. So I have found ways that I do enjoy this one right here. It's not a total like it was in that particular video, so I wanted to update you on that. Let's move right into powder. Now, Maybelline has Fit Me powders. Their Fit Me range is one that I really, really like A to Z, the foundation, the concealer, all of it. I do have the powders here in front of me. Oh, one just ran away. Okay, I have the shade Light. This stuff is pigmented. So this is not your translucent HD-esque powder. I have one of those in front of me that is my fave at the moment. This will crinkle a little bit under the eye. I have noticed in the past 3 years since I started using this that as I age, it has become something I don't love as much. I still like it. I would still recommend it, but it is a little more drying and thick in pigmentation and just a thicker powder in general. Now, the one that I am like all about at the moment, we're not going to stay here long because I've talked about this a bunch recently, is the Maybelline Lasting Fix Banana. It's not overly yellow. It's like a pale yellow. It's flattering. It has some pigmentation, but it is that HD thin, like kind of whisper of a powder that seems to mattify and not overly dry and like kind of erase pores. It's just a really good powder. I'm super in love with it. And then the Shine Free Oil Control Loose Powder reminds me of high school. Like that's like an OG. Like, whoa, they still make that with the navy blue lid. That is still available at Ulta. And that is one that's not bad, but I like the Fit Me better. The Maybelline City Bronzer, love it. Absolutely love it. I don't have a bad thing to say about it. The Maybelline blush situation that they have, it's not that they're bad, it's just not that they're my favorite. The Fit Me blush is really pretty. There's a shade called Pink. No fancy name there. I kind of live for that. I like it. The shade Pink is just really flattering and pretty, and for the price, it's really a nice blush. Do I reach for that a lot? No. Do I have it in my collection anymore? No, which is probably why I don't reach for it a lot, but you know what I mean? Like it's not one that even when I had it, that every day I was like, this is it. There are other blushes that I like more, but it's not terrible. Making sense with Tati. Let's keep it moving into highlighter. I actually used both of my Master Chrome highlighters today, mixed them together. Ooh, she's high maintenance. And this is what we came up with. I love it. Maybelline only has one highlighter. And you know what? It is so good that that is all they need. Oh yes. I mean, bling, 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 bling. It's just like, whoa, did like beams just come out of there or what? It is truly like the best. This competes with every high-end highlighter that I own and I love it. And I cannot go without it. That sounded really dramatic. It's one of my must-haves. Like that, this is a must-have. This is it. Done. That was the board meeting. And then they're like, let's keep it moving. Let's go into foundation. I really like Maybelline foundation. I'm actually looking at this and I'm like, you know, we've had some good times throughout the years with the many, many videos that I have devoted, dedicated, tried product from Maybelline. The Superstay Full Coverage Powder Foundation, I did use that for a minute back in California. I would use it under my eye and then I would bake. Who do I think I am? Why would I do that? I had a phase where I was like super into powder, like powder, powder, powder. Now I find that to be too heavy. As a foundation, I don't know. I'm not really a powder foundation kind of a girl. So it's nice. It's not like, wow. The Maybelline Fit Me Tinted. We're just going to go ahead and skip that one because that was a hot mess express. This right here, the Dream Urban Cover Flawless Coverage Foundation SPF 50. Wow. Beautiful. One of the best makeup days of my life. And then I wore it the next day and the next day and the next day. And then I had like a little bit of a rash. So we had to break up. Loved it. If you don't have an issue with the ingredients, then that is a beautiful foundation. I mean, whoa. I remember that day I was wearing my cute little wrap dress. I had like a bunch of Maybelline product that I had tried out. And I kept looking in the mirror and I was like, where did my pores go? Like, this doesn't look like heavy makeup. This is incredible. I wish it had worked out, but we had to break up. Anyway, moving on, the Fit Me Matte and Poreless is truly matte and poreless. It's a good one. I have, drier skin these days, so I don't wear that anymore, but that is an excellent foundation, often overlooked at the drugstore. The dewier version I never liked. I never got into. It was just a little too slick, a little too slippery, and would blend out and not give enough coverage and then kind of oil up throughout the day too much in my opinion. The Superstay Full Coverage Foundation, not a fan. The Dream Radiant Foundation, not a fan. The guy right here, the Whipped Matte, did they put the like jar one in a whipped formula, like a tube? I'm kind of curious about it. Again, I don't reach for mattifying products anymore, so I would have to try that just to feel the consistency, texture, and with a really open mind, but I have not tried that one. Moving on, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Oh my goodness, yes, neutralizer all the way if you like that pale yellow underneath your eyes. Otherwise, they do have different shades, and it's just a good formula. It doesn't crinkle under the eye. It has a nice applicator. The Fit Me concealer right here, it says fan fave for a good reason. Fit Me concealer, I used to obsess over, and I haven't used it in years, but I'm gonna get it again. I really, really loved the Fit Me concealer. It's like a nice thin consistency, but packs a punch in the coverage department. And then I went all wacky with Shape Tape for a while where I was like, everything needs to be thick, erase me. The Fit Me concealer is more like Shape Tape, but thinner, like a nice thin consistency. I'm getting it again. Superstay concealer, it's not bad, it's not great. This one I do want to get. This is newer, the Superstay Activewear. I like activewear. Let's get down with being active. Let's be active and concealed. I am curious what that one is about. Okay, moving on to mascara. This is the part where I know I'm just gonna make people like tear up and get upset. I am the odd man out when it comes to Great Lash. I'm donating these. I got sent this in a Maybelline PR package, and I just don't like Great Lash. And this is like their Hall of Fame. Like, I feel so many of us growing up have a memory of our mom with like this in the drawer, right? Or in the makeup bag. This was like the first memory of like, what is this? Mascara. And then when I was finally allowed to wear some makeup, I was like 11 or 12. Like, look, I wanted to wear makeup in the 4th grade. I was like, can I? And my mom's like, no. I'm like, but no. I got to middle school and I felt like I'm a grown up now. Can I please wear makeup? And I was allowed to wear clear mascara. Which is like a gateway drug to everything else, but I felt really sophisticated. And then I realized as I like graduated to actual mascara that this just doesn't do much. This is for like the natural makeup woman. I am not her. Okay. Some days, on my days when I'm like, I just don't have time, then I can be out the door and I really like don't care. But when it comes to like playing with it and having fun with the colors and doing the whole thing, give me more. I want some volume. I want some length. And this just doesn't do it. And a lot of people would be like, but they came out with the volumizing whatever. And I'm like, it just still didn't do it. I'm sorry, it just didn't. So let's take a quick look here. We're going to say no, no, no. This was the one that I was hopeful. The Great Lash, lots of lashes because it's like this kind of pine cone pointed fatty kind of brush. It didn't do it. Then they had the Great Big Lash or Great Lash Big Mascara. No, still that whole top row gotta go. Full and Soft is okay. Lash Discovery, actually I'm gonna go ahead and say great. If you are high maintenance and you want something specific for the lower lash line, do it. Down here, we have the Define a Lash, we have Lash Sensational, Snapscara, the washable mascara. This stuff actually does wash off so well. They also have a really beautiful color selection. I like the Deep Espresso Brown. I find that it builds. It does not clump together. It doesn't spackle or like crumble during the day, and somehow it washes so easily. I'm definitely going to get another one of those. The Lash Sensational Sky High, this is one of the newer ones. Don't like it. Fiber Extensions, no. Temptation, no. This collection right here, do you guys want some like Scandal and Tea? Of course you do. Just like maybe like just a smidge, just like a little bit. Okay, so I was sent that collection. I don't know if I should say this or not. I can't remember what I ended up doing. This was a while back. Okay, so it's been a long road on YouTube. It's been like, a decade, whatever. I was given a preview a few times of collections and even offered money. And I would turn the money down because I'd try it and like I didn't like it. And there was pressure of like, wait a second, like why like you don't like it? I feel in the back of my mind that when someone is negotiating, and I didn't have like a manager or anything at the time, when someone's negotiating like, hey, we would like you to do this video, we're willing to pay you. And for me, I'd always say, well, I really need to try the product first. And then I'll, if I like it, then yeah, let's do it. And I think people say that and then they don't follow through on it. And I caused a little bit of a thing because it was like, yeah, and then we'll do it. It's great. And I think they had all bets on me making like the first video, and they sent the stuff over and I tried it and I was just like I don't like it. I don't like the collection. I'm so sorry. And they're like, what? Okay, maybe they didn't get that excited, but I remember it kind of put a little bit of tension in the relationship. So I think that behind the scenes, I did for a minute have a bit of a reputation for being difficult. And I will just go ahead and say that. And now I'm kind of like, honesty has definitely gotten me in a little bit of hot water here and there, but I'm not going to stop being real with my audience. I started this not thinking it was a career at all. It was just like, hey guys, welcome to my little bedroom and let's talk about lip gloss. And I always wanted to keep it that way. So yeah, I'm kind of like liberated. I'm like, I'm not in LA anymore. We're not doing the big brand deals. We're not doing the, brand dinners and trips and gifts and that whole thing. And it's still available. So I know some haters are going to be like, yeah, because no one wants to do that for you anymore, Tati. And it's like, well, you would be wrong, but it's just, I don't know. It's not for me anymore. And then I get to be like really super, super open. So you can expect to see more of that from me in the future. Okay, moving along. The Volume Express Colossal Curl Bounce Mascara. I want to try this. It looks cute. I like the yellow wand. The rest of this here, with exception of the falsies I was into for a moment. Do we see the little purple dashes is like everything I've tried? Yeah, this whole page, I'm going to go and say, not my fave. If I had to pick one brand at the drugstore to pick mascara from and I couldn't pick any other brand for mascara, I already know I'd be like, bam, L'Oreal. And it would be Lash Paradise. And that's kind of been like the standard, and everything else doesn't really meet up to that. So I'm kind of uninterested. It might be unfair to judge that way, but it just is what it is. I do remember the Volume Express Rocket Mascara back in the day. Everyone was so obsessed with this mascara, the blue tube. I wanted to like it because I wanted to fit in, but I never liked it. It just would not wash off. I would irritate my eyes trying to take it off. So while that is like a mega buildable, kind of clumpy false lash effect mascara that is still available, I will warn you, you will have a tough time taking it off. All right, so for liners from Maybelline, they do an amazing job. Their gel liners are some of the best and the easiest for a beginner, which you might think, well, how is that easier than a pencil? You have more control if you're using a brush and a gel pot. This guy right here, just, it's so good, so easy. If I do a felt liner and I kind of mess it up, I will actually take a thin brush and I will correct with this gel. It wears well throughout the day. It's just a standard great product from Maybelline. The rest of their liners are really great, with exception of if I had to eliminate kind of a row, it would be this middle one of the felt liners. They are not my fave. They dry out pretty quickly. They're not bad. They're just not great. Moving into eyeshadow. This is another area where I've tried so much. So the Color Tattoo Cream eyeshadow pots, I've done dedicated videos on these. I've talked about them in favorites, tried them on in tutorials. They have been a long time love. They are the budget-friendly MAC paint pot, and they wear beautifully. There's not a thing wrong with them. I actually want to get a few more in my collection. It's just super easy, quick, wears really well, doesn't crease. Now for their single shadows, this gold one right here, oh my gosh, I've used this as highlight. I've used this as like a bling bling on top of a completed look, and it pulled the whole thing together and changed the whole mood. It's literally $3.99, so good. Cannot say enough. Highly recommend. You will not be disappointed. Now their palettes, you know, they're so-so. They don't wear all day as well as I would like, and compared to other things I own and have, they have never been my favorite. Now, I do remember another like scandalicious moment is the Maybelline Nudes wear. Do you guys remember this? Where like literally there was a week in time where every like bigger influencer in the beauty vertical did a sponsored video on the nudes. And I wasn't a part of that whole thing. Like I didn't have an MCN. I wasn't a style hall girl. It just wasn't a thing. But you would see like back to back to back sponsored videos. Like honestly, this was a brand new thing. It was the wild, wild west. No one knew anyone could even make money reviewing makeup. It was just like a whole weird time. And then there's little old me, and I have like my hot or not little videos that I do. And the timing was just really bad because I came in and was just like, this is the worst palette I've ever tried. I mean, maybe not that dramatic, but I remember posting that and being like, oof. Like I didn't expect this to happen. Like I didn't expect that big of a contrast. And not that I would have changed, well, would I have changed my attitude? I might have changed it a little bit because I feel like I kind of ostracized myself a little bit even way back when. It is what it is, but that was like a funny memory of mine with Maybelline where I was like, and I don't like it. And guess what? I still don't like it. I still am not a fan. It was at the time a new big launch because palettes were becoming this big, huge thing. The naked palettes were finally like booming everywhere. And you have to remember back in the day, single eyeshadows were where it was at. There weren't a lot of palettes. The only people that would have a palette would be a pro makeup artist. So palettes were not the thing the way they are now. And so for the drugstore to be like releasing the nudes, and it was kind of like the drugstore response to Urban Decay's Naked palette, but it just didn't get it done. It was like kind of just like dusty. Let's keep it moving. Brows. No, we can do better. This is just, I'm not even gonna waste your time. Maybelline has never wowed me with their brows. It's kind of that thing where I'm like I want to like you and you're not terrible. So like you're fine. And they come up with all these like weird gels and fibers and this brush. And it just kind of feels like a category that could be more streamlined, and there's just not a standout for me. So moving right along, lips is where it's at with Maybelline. Oh my gosh, they get it right. Color Sensational, lip wear, lip line, the liners, everything A to Z is top notch. Like I still have favorites. And I'm wearing today, by the way, Warm Me Up, which has been a favorite of mine for so long. This is just like iconic, classic, beautiful lip product from Maybelline. They have different finishes. They have, you know, mattes, they have brights, they have vivid colors, they have different collections they do. And I've always really loved that Maybelline keeps this kind of square packaging, and then they just change the lid and it goes with whatever collection they're coming out with. So highly recommend their lipsticks, their lip liners. We all know we don't need to stay there for more than a moment. Totally Toffee is my jam. Okay, wait. Purely Nude, Beige Bear, and my favorite toffee is Already Packed. So there's that. I want to also point out on the Maybelline site, they have this really cool tool where if you're trying to match your lip liner to a lipstick, they will guide you and help you out with what tones match what. And I was just noticing that while I was on there, and I thought it was a really, really nice add-on feature. They do have a thing, I think, where you can upload a photo of yourself and like put the lipstick on. I didn't do that. I got weirded out by it. I don't know. Do you guys get weirded out by that stuff? Where I'm like, I don't know. But if you've tried it, let me know. Or you can use like a model with your particular like similar skin tone and just kind of check out the different shades. And I thought it was kind of fun. So they do have some cool features on their site specifically surrounding lips. I do want to say I love these as well. I like the packaging. I like the formula. These are really cool. They were a newer launch. Their liquid lips are too sticky for me and too drying, and they take so much effort to take off. I do have one because I like this color to mix in with other shades, and this is the shade Nobody Knows. This is just like a lighter beigey kind of pink number. They have a ton of different shades of their liquid lips that are beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. I just don't really like the formula. I do, however, super love these. Okay, I've talked about them a ton. They have a new collection out, which is a bronze collection. I want to get some shades from that because it's just the plushiest, most nourishing. Really reminds me of the Fenty Gloss Gloss Bombs. It just has this nice reflection and feels so good and nourishing on the lips. Something you definitely need to try and experience for yourself to understand, because otherwise it's like, it's a gloss. Like, what's different about it? But it's just different. It's just really special. So there we have that. Any of the Superstay double-ended guys, I just don't like. I never have. Again, really chapping, really drying, and just is not for me. Now moving into setting sprays. This is one of those things where let me just tell you how I feel. That's how I feel. Big, huge question mark. I buy it, I love it for a minute, and then I stop using it. I don't really know what that means other than I like other things more. It's not that they're bad, it's just not that they're great. They're no MAC Fix Plus. It's not up to the standard of some of my other things in my collection. So there you have that. I have one more item in here that somehow wasn't on my list, which I did talk about these briefly in the best of 2021. These are really cute. I think this is an on-the-go, quick, easy product to use. I like the packaging, and I think Maybelline did a great job with these, so I wanted to throw out that. I'm excited to see if they come out with some new things this year. I've been kind of aching for like new, and wanting to see different eyeshadow formulations, or maybe a primer that does wow me, maybe some new foundation. I don't know what Maybelline has up their sleeve for 2022, but you better believe that I will be trying it and doing wear tests and all of that as newer things launch. I'm craving it. So if you see newer launches that you want to see me try out, let me know. Other than that, you guys, let me know in the comments what other brands you would like me to do the full rundown, tell you a little behind the scenes, like history of beauty on YouTube, whatnot. I'm happy to do these. I really love going through actual like A to Z collections. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you are having a great day, whatever you are doing. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Mwah.